Hello, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Ramon Infame Ayala with my movie review of the Venom sequel, Let There Be Carnage. I saw this movie last night and I had a great time. I saw some friends I haven't seen since high school, friends from work, from all sorts of places, and I had the time to talk to them and just catch on to what's been up. So if you guys are watching this movie, this review, I hope life is good and that you enjoyed the movie as well, right? I wanted to go ahead and post this video as soon as I got out of the theater, but I did came out a little late. I came back home late, and plus there was a lot of noise going on at home, so when I was recording the video I had to go ahead and leave it for tomorrow. But now we're ready. Let's get this review going. Okay, so the premise, very simple. Eddie is interviewing Cletus Cassidy because he's helping the detective to try to find the bodies of all the people Cletus has killed, so they can go ahead and give him the justice he deserves, right? And also Eddie is having a lot of disagreements, fighting a lot with Venom because he doesn't let him eat bad guys. If you remember in the first movie, that was the condition that Eddie set to Venom, that as long as he doesn't eat good people and he just has a proper contact, he can stay in his body. But we all know that Venom needs to eat people because that's where he gets all this protein, right? So Venom has to rely on this diet of just eating chicken and chocolate, which will help him get by, but that's not really gonna, you know, keep him healthy. So that's why they're fighting a lot, and that is the biggest thing that happens in this movie. And I can't complain because the two characters are very likable. They're easily the best, well, the second best part of the movie, but it's definitely charming to see them interact and just see how close they are as friends. So I've always liked that about this adaptation of the Venom movie. It's the personality that they gave Venom and the friendship that he has with Eddie. So they definitely make a good thing right there. Cletus, Woody Harrelson, he did a good job playing Carnage. He did feel like a serial killer when I saw the movie. He has a very soothing voice, very soft spoken, but it's like a little creepy at the same time, which works well for this character. You get to see his origin story, maybe not as much as you would have liked to, but you get in just enough information to see, oh, this guy's crazy, this guy's trouble, let's get rid of him. But the good thing is you do get enough screen time of Cletus, which that was a good thing. And Carnage, best part of the movie. Best part of the movie. His CGI work was immaculate. I loved the white eyes they gave him, the black thing he had in his face. He had these long fingers, like he would take out some tentacles, extra arms. Like his powers were pretty cool. And I knew what Carnage's powers were, so I was kind of glad to see that they did a accurate portrayal of that character himself, right? So definitely my favorite part of the movie, Carnage. There were some things that I didn't like though, which I'll go ahead and discuss right now. But yeah, easily Venom and Cletus are the best part of the movie. But as far as the other characters, they were okay. There was the detective who needs Eddie's help. He wasn't bad in this movie, but he just felt kind of generic. He was just this detective who's just straight to business, hot-headed, wants to get his job done. And it's not a bad thing, but that's not the kind of characters that stay and I empathize with. He does have a big role though in this movie, which I'll go ahead and discuss in the spoilers. And also the screaming lady, Fabian, I think that was her name. Shrieks, Fabian Shrieks, something like that. She was okay. I didn't mind her a little bit because her voice was very weird. it sounded like, I don't know, very, she was talking like this, like she been smoking cigarettes for like her whole life. And I couldn't help but notice that she looks like that witch that came out in the Pirates of the Caribbean 3 movie, that was in love with Davy Jones. Maybe that's her. I don't know, but at least her power is cool. She does use it a couple times. But that's it. That's it. Like, the only characters that I liked in this movie a lot were Eddie, Venom, Cletus, Carnage, and Mrs. Chang. Mrs. Chang is cool. I wish I would meet someone like her. She's just so down to earth. I like Mrs. Chang, and she was definitely way better than some of the characters, including Shriek. So, but that's my opinion though. The Eddie's ex-wife and the doctor, they're pretty useless in this movie because in their role, their focus is that Eddie's ex-wife is gonna engage or marry the doctor, and of course Eddie is upset because he still has feelings for her, right? And Venom is even more upset because he got a liking to her and he would like her to be with them. So that's definitely a conflict. I'm not saying that's not a good conflict to give a character. It's just that we already saw that in the first movie, so why bring it up again? But yeah, they were pretty useless in this movie. They weren't bad. They were just, we didn't need them. They do help Eddie a little bit in the movie. And the doctor, I think I like him. I don't know why. He just seems like a nice, chill guy. I like him. He even helped out a little bit in the fight. But they were pretty useless for sure. So basically this movie was fun. That's what I liked about this movie. It was very fast paced. So there's definitely never a moment when you're like watching how much time is left of the movie, or if you're never bored. So that was good. And the fight scenes definitely are much better than the first one, because in the first one, the only good fight scenes were the one where he fights the SWAT team and when they break into his apartment. But the rest just looked, you couldn't even tell what was going on. Here you can actually see Venom and Carnage fighting. Like, you can tell them apart. And it's a long fight. So that's what I liked also, that Venom and Carnage fight for like 12 minutes. And it's definitely the best part of this movie. Very creative things went on. There are some references that I was able to catch, a few there, which I'll go ahead and discuss in the spoilers. But yeah, but that was like the best fight there. When Carnage broke out of the prison, I liked that part. I won't go into much details, but I'll just say that it was definitely cool. And when you get to see him for the first time, like, the whole theater was just waiting for that moment. And when he lets out that roar, I was like, yeah, oh yeah, finally, it was definitely worth the wait to see Carnage here on the screen. So yeah, easily the best part of the movie, Carnage. So I'll go ahead and focus on some things that I think needed a little bit more of improvement, things that I didn't like. So even though this movie is fun and I like the comedy they use in this movie, it could also be a double-edged sword, because while it is fun and charming, this movie can also come across as very silly, very goofy, cheesy, campy, which some people like that kind of stuff. But other people, they're just gonna think it's whack. I didn't mind it, but I couldn't help but notice that this movie was, it was a little cheesy. Not like Power Rangers cheesy, but it was a little campy. Maybe that's what they were going for. But it worked for this movie. I was glad that they embraced that at least. But yeah, there were some jokes that even though I thought Venom was the funniest there, that didn't land quite good. Um, Also, there's a lot of plot holes. You know, a lot of convenient things happen. But I'm not very like, I don't focus that much on things because at the end of the day, it's just the movie. So I'm not that kind of guy who focuses on that. But what did upset me a little bit was with Carnage. What I didn't like was his voice, because I was expecting more of a high pitched voice because I thought that would fit him better. But instead, it was like a deep voice. It sounded like the same one they used for Riot. And I just didn't like that. And also, I couldn't help, because Cletus has he has like this little theme song in the movie that goes da 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 da. And it's like this very creepy song. It reminded me of an Avenged Sevenfold song, or like some of those songs they put for like when the haunted houses are here in your local area. I mean that kind of it was kind of cheesy, you know. So this movie definitely feels like a comic book movie, but like because of all these moments, I mean, I didn't take it too serious. And so therefore I was never in suspense, or I was never worried that someone was gonna die. Those are my minor things that I didn't like of the movie. Yeah, you know, the pacing definitely was very fast. I felt like this movie, it would have been better if it was a little longer, because you do get into Carnage backstory, and like you're told enough info for you to know, oh, this guy's crazy. That's why he's as evil as he is. But I felt like they just needed just a little more, and it would have been a much better movie. But yeah, you know, that was those are my complaints of this movie. But other than that, the movie's a fun, you know, it's entertaining. The last fight scene is definitely the best part of it. There's only one credit scene, that's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, I did enjoy this movie. Again, there's these minor inconveniences, but overall it's a great time if you're in the movies, right? So final verdict, I mean, I'm gonna be nice today because this is my first movie review. So I'm gonna give Venom 2 an 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's what I think. Definitely, if you haven't seen it, go watch it, guys. If you like it, go watch it again. I'll go ahead and have this spoiler review for you guys. I'll go ahead and talk about everything, including the after credit scene, right? And seeing how accurate were my predictions. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Once again, my name is Ramon Infame Ayala. Be sure to subscribe and hit that like button as well. And I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out, guys.